Hi everyone, how are ya? Welcome to episode 29 of my Minecraft Stoneblock Let's Play. I am Mark, and I am over in the mining dimension, where I've done some more work on Botania. Last time we had basic mana generation going, and we had some mana pools, and we had the usual, petal apothecary going, and some automated living wood and living rock. I have gone ahead and I did the runic altar, and I did the terrestrial agglomeration plate, and I've added the portal to Alfheim. And I have gone ahead and I upgraded our Lexica Botania. You do that by tossing it through the portal. So if we look in here somewhere... Yeah, the portal to Alfheim, and then it has all the resources and the Elven lore and the Gaia ritual. So everything for this is now available. And if we look in our AE2 system, we also have some pixie dust because I went ahead and did that transfer. And the way that works is, let me grab my wand quickly. The way the transfer works is... If I can find my wand. It's in here somewhere. No? Maybe it's not in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Threw it in the wrong bag. I'm going to take that out of there too because I want to keep that on me. So you hit the portal with that, and now I have to remember what it is for pixie dust. I think it's a mana pearl or a mana diamond. Mana pearl. So I think we have some mana pearls. We do. I'm going to go ahead and throw, I don't know, half a stack in. And the easiest way to do this is just toss them. And that does take mana, and you can see that these mana spreaders are pulling out of these 4 mana spreaders, pull out of these 2 pools, and send the mana to these 2 pools. And these were full when we started, so they're already chugging down pretty quickly. And to turn off the portal, there's no reason to leave it running because it just sucks down mana. To turn it off, I have a sticky piston stuck under there, and we just do that, and we put it. That just gives us a redstone pulse, which extends the piston, breaks the portal, and turns it off. So we have plenty of pixie dust for crafting. And there's not a lot else to do with Botania. I have made a couple toys for myself. You will notice that I'm flying and I don't have our angel ring on. So the first thing I upgraded was I have upgraded all my armor to Draconic tier, and I've gone ahead and done all the upgrades on all the pieces, including jump boost, all up to Draconic. So we now have 2k armor, or 2k armor shield, and we're carrying around 1 billion RF in our energy buffer on our armor. So, another upgrade for us. But the other thing, Draconic gives us flight, so I got rid of our angel ring, and I've gone ahead and put on the greater band of aura, which gives us slow mana gen out of the surrounding area. And that mana gen fills all the mana items we're carrying. So I think that's going to fill our Sojourner Sash. Oh no, it's not. It's going to fill our greater band of mana, which basically is just a mana battery, which is going to keep our Sojourner Sash running. And all that does is give us some extra move speed on top of what Draconic gives us, or Draconic armor gives us, and a little bit of jump boost. So we have both now. And I actually want to check the difference here. That's noticeable. Yeah. Draconic is supposed to give us jump speed and move speed, but I am not seeing it. I am just not seeing the move speed and the jump speed buff. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with that. Let me know if you know what the case is with that. The other thing I talked about doing last time was setting up a bamboo farm to do compressed bamboo for EMC. And I started working on that, and I quickly discovered that when bamboo breaks, bamboo causes just a huge amount of lag. So I canceled that plan, and instead I have been making these farm slabs, which are emerald seeds. And each slab has tier 3 growth crystals below it, and these growth crystals go 5 up or 10 up and 10 down. So this one is getting hit by both. I think actually that bottom one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. These top emeralds even are still getting hit by 3 layers of growth crystal, and it's just giving me more room to build. I could have actually moved each layer down, move this one down 1 and then move this one down 2 to squeeze everything together a little tighter. But, I want to be able to get in there if anything goes wrong, and I can. So if I squeezed them down, I wouldn't be able to. So, yeah, it doesn't look like much. I don't know that I'm going to actually improve that a whole lot, and I'm not sure what's up with that weird animation on the growth crystals. They've always done that. But this has been running, I don't know, a couple hours, I guess, and we have, close to 40 blocks of emerald already. So, it's not super fast, but it's going to give us a source of EMC that we can tap. I think that's all that is over here that's new. Our quantum bridge is still running fine. Let me go back to the base and cover a couple new things over there as well. So, looking at our transmutation table recipe, we have neutronium nuggets in abundance. We don't have energy condensers yet, but I'm going to fix that today. We can make dark matter. We can make HDP sheets. We can make evil infused ingots. We can make ender stars. We can make energy collectors. We have pixie dust. And so I think the only things we have left to make are these 4 energy condensers and the night slime. So the next thing I want to work on is the night slime. And night slime can be made in the smeltery using purple slime and iron and seared stone. I didn't actually measure out, and I'm going to throw these up here. I didn't actually measure out quantities here. I just kind of guesstimated. I think this will give us enough slime for what we need to do. And I'm going to let this run while we go take a look at some other stuff. I just wanted to get this started and let you know what was going on before we went elsewhere. So I'll be back in a second when we go to our turbine room. So our turbine room has gotten bigger. I've gone ahead and built out 2 more turbines. I did these vertically. These are the same design as our other 2. They just run in a different direction. And each of these has stabilized at the 1780 RPM and are producing 23.8 kRF. So we have a nice chunk of power coming out of our turbines. This reactor is now running much more efficiently. It's using less cyanite per tick, and it's producing 8,000 millibuckets of steam per tick, which is just about its theoretical max. I think I could squeeze out a tiny bit more, but not enough to run another turbine. So for now, I'm calling this a done deal. And I did do a little decoration down here. I didn't go nuts, but I think it looks okay. And we still have our kitchen sink up there. I'm still puzzled by how water and steam work in these things. It doesn't seem like it seems like once you fill it, it is fine. It doesn't need any external water source, and this is actually turned off. I did upgrade these to ultimate mechanical pipes just to remove the signalum flux ducts that we were using, or fluid ducts that we were using before, to make sure that they weren't causing the issue. So we are now generating, have a net gain of 150 kRF per tick. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention is over in the mining dimension, I did upgrade the solar panels in our Tier 3 solar array to Tier 3 panels. So its power has been updated as well. Or upgraded, I should say. So we have a ton of power coming in. So if we look at our quest book, the next thing we need to do is obviously take care of our energy condenser. And the energy condenser is a fusion crafting recipe. And to do the energy condenser, I think I have everything I need lined up here. We need 4 dark matter, 4 red matter, a crystal chest, a dirt chest, and an alchemical chest. And the alchemical chest goes in the middle. I did add a 5th fusion injector on this side, mostly just for visual symmetry. I don't even know if there's any recipes that use 10. Well, this one actually uses 10, so I guess it's a good thing I did that. I wasn't sure there were any recipes that use all 10 injectors. But so this is going to take a minute because I think it takes 5 million RF. That's not that bad. But this is going to give us our first energy condenser. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start another one of these. Just to have a second available. Oops, what am I doing? And as I've said before, I've never really used ProjectE before, so this is all new to me. But while that's charging, my research tells me that this energy condenser, I have our 3 energy collectors that we had made before. They're all upgraded to Mark IIIs, and they're all feeding this Mark II relay, which is basically a pipe for EMC. Theoretically, if I put this energy condenser here, I thought the relay was supposed to transmit its... Oh, it needs an item type. Let's say we want to make another energy condenser. What we can do is we can put this here, and it will slowly draw... Oh, it doesn't even use it. That's interesting. It's basically pulling the EMC out of the relay. You can see this bar is very slowly going down, and it's giving us a progress bar here, which is how long it's going to take to make another energy condenser. That's going to take forever, so let's do that with a slightly less expensive recipe. If we make an Eternalist fuel, we throw an Eternalist fuel in there, you can see that we can make that pretty quickly. So it's basically whatever you put in this slot, it makes. So the next thing, well, the first thing we would need to do now that we have an energy condenser is claim the quest. The next thing we need to do is go back and look at the Mark II energy condenser, because I think this one actually lets us feed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can't. Maybe I thought this one let you feed items in to accumulate energy, but I could be wrong about that. We're going to find out, because I think I'm going to have everything I need to make that as well. So let's see. To make the Tier 2 energy condenser, we need 3 blocks of dark matter, 3 blocks of red matter, 2 quantum storage units. Oh, so we need a bunch of stuff. let me pull together this stuff in particular. This is just fusion crafting, which everyone's seen, so I don't need to bore you with watching it. So I'll be back in a minute once I put the components together and we can make this tier 2 energy condenser and see how that works. Okay, so I was right. You can actually put stuff into this and have it gain more EMC from whatever you put in. So I have half a stack of blaze rods here, which have an EMC of 49K. So if I throw this in here, we should see it get consumed and create more dark matter for us. And there it goes. Yep, that works. So the next thing I want to try is I need to find out more about how this works. So I'm going to get some item conduits. And the setups I've looked at for how these energy collectors connect up to this is you basically build what they call a flower. So eventually I'm going to have another energy collector on the front and on the back of this relay. And then we put another relay to either side and on top of the condenser and build another set of flowers from those. But you do need to be able to access the condenser, and I think, yeah, I can access that. What I want to find out is can I put stuff in remotely to the condenser? And I'm going to take this conveniently pre-colored ender chest. So there's going to be a flower there. So if I do this and just stick this ender chest here, and there's currently nothing going into this. So if I do extract, always active, and on this side we do insert, what I want to see is, let's get some blaze rods. I have a lot of blaze rods. If I stick a couple stacks of blaze rods in here, they are getting pulled out and they are getting put in here. Excellent. All right. So that is cyan, cyan, cyan. I have a couple sources of EMC that I want to go ahead and exploit while we wait for our dark matter to get created. And it's just going to speed up that process for us. So just to reiterate, the energy collectors are passively generating EMC for us. They're going into the anti-matter relay, which is going to the energy condenser, which is turning the EMC we collect into items. So I want to give it more items to consume to turn into different items, if you will. And we have a couple easy sources that we can exploit right away. And the first one is our mob farm. Our mob farm is producing a lot of stuff, and in some cases the stuff it's producing we are just throwing away. In particular, we're throwing away all this armor, and armor all has EMC value. So I'm going to take 2 chests and this cyan dye, and that's the color that we put on the chest over by our collector. I'm going to grab that, grab this chest, and if I just drop this chest right here, the filters are still in place. All the armor that we were previously just throwing away is now going to be sucked into our system. And this is armor, it's weapons. The potions might be an issue, but we can fix that if necessary. I'm not sure all of this stuff has an EMC value, and if it doesn't, we probably just have to get rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and break that one. I'm going to take this and stick it right here. So this is, again, it's all the armor that we're throwing away. And some of the armor has some pretty decent EMC values. I mean, it's not gigantic. It's not in the millions, but if we look at this, armor is, there's a couple hundred, and diamond armor is, in the thousands. There's some armor that doesn't, but I don't think we get that. Even obsidian. Yeah, iron armor is good. So, that's going to be stuff that was getting thrown away is now going to get put to use. The other thing that we eventually can start exploiting is in here we have a bunch of chests, or a bunch of storage drawers. And I want to go ahead and reveal everything for a minute. We have a bunch of storage drawers with void upgrades on them. And that's fine, because if we don't have the void upgrades, they overflow into that chest in the back and get dumped all over the place. But if these items have EMC, like those don't, but let's find these probably do. This drawer is completely full. They have an EMC value, so, and we're still producing wheat, I believe. And wheat is the same thing. That drawer is completely full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the void upgrades, which means that now as wheat gets produced, we should end up seeing seeds and wheat showing up in here. And I don't remember how fast our wheat farm is. Wait, let me look at the actual right. Oh, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work because this is not going through the same pipe system. All right, scratch that. Scratch that plan. I will put these back on. That plan will work for some resources. Basically, anything we get from our mob farm that has a void upgrade on it. Like, yeah, all these skulls. All these skulls are basically getting voided. Except they probably don't have EMC. No, they don't. Alright, let's find something with EMC. Nope. Something useful with EMC. Wow. Where is my... Here we go. This drawer should work. Rotten flesh. Rotten flesh has an EMC value of 32. Bones have an EMC value of 48. String has an EMC value of 12. So, and coarse fruit. I'm not sure where we're getting coarse fruit, but that's not going to overflow for a very long time. And it does have an EMC value. Yeah, it has an EMC value of 96. So if we remove void upgrade on that, those are all coming from our mob farm in some form or another, I believe. We should start seeing, yep, bones, string, rotten flesh accumulating here. So I'm just going to stick this stuff in here for now. Oops, not you. Stick this stuff in here for now and grab another ender chest. Yeah, I think all these filters are full. Basically what I'm going to do is filter all this stuff into our EMC system because we don't need more than 8 or 9 stacks of... Oh, there's some empty slots. So I don't want to get rid of those just yet. What I want to do is stick this stuff in here. I want that. I want that. I want string. And I thought I had coarse fruit, but I got... Oh, coarse fruit, no, because coarse fruit isn't full. So all that stuff, we have plenty in our storage system, so throwing it away is not a waste. And it is getting sucked into this chest now. And I can immediately see that we're going to have to upgrade our exports on the far end of this. So the next place that I want to grab ENC from is, of course, the thing we actually set up for it, which is the emerald farm. But before we go over there, I want to show you one little upgrade. Recall a couple weeks ago or a couple episodes ago that I had done sort of a round-robin furnace array for our AE2 system. I went ahead and did the same thing for pulverizers, and the setup down below is identical. It's basically two ME interfaces that are feeding a chest, and the export pipe, which is round robining the results. What I should set to round robin actually. Round robins the results out through all those pulverizers. The results come back to this chest and get sucked in through this import bus, which actually needs some acceleration cards. So let me throw the acceleration cards in here quickly. There we go. So we can pulverize things a lot faster. I was getting tired of waiting. And we have plenty of power to do that kind of stuff now. So back to the mining dimension for a minute, because I want to hook up our emerald farm. All right, so this has, our emerald farm has 44 blocks of emerald in it, or 44 stacks of emerald in it. I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to break this, and it's going to get messy for a minute. Before I break it, I'm going to go ahead and put down, oops, missed. I'm going to just prepare this chest so I can put it down right away. That's a bit of a mess, but that's okay, because all we're going to do is dump emeralds into this. And I should have put the acceleration cards on. Okay. No, I didn't pick it all up yet. I thought I had it all picked up. All right. I'm just going to stick some of these in my in the AE2 system. All right. I'm going to run back over and add an acceleration card to the chest, an extract speed card to the chest. I don't think we're going to overrun the condenser. We might. Well, it's generating dark matter pretty quickly for us, which is good. So, I want to take out, I'm going to take out a bunch of dark matter because we need dark matter to make the next thing we're doing. And what I want to do is go ahead and make, we need, is it 4? Oh. It's not as bad as I thought. So I'm going to go ahead and make blocks of dark matter, stick the rest of this in our inventory, and then grab some red matter. I have red matter somewhere. There we go. I'm going to get really tired of saying matter, I'm sure. So we're going to switch this to making red matter. And red matter takes more energy than dark matter, obviously. Oh, you can't put that in. That's interesting. You can only take it out, which is fine. Learning something new every time I try this. Okay, so we have plenty of red matter, we have plenty of dark matter, which means we can go ahead and make our, we can have our energy condenser. We can go ahead and make our tier 2 version of this. So we need 3 of those, 3 of those, and I need to find recipe one more time. So 3, 3, 2 quantum storage. Oh, we need an energy collector and an antimatter relay, neither of which I have. Okay, I think I have everything we need to do this, but I wanted to show you how you can manage your EMC easily. So I'm using red matter blocks. I think those are the highest EMC value block I have available, basically as a bank of EMC. I made one energy collector Mark III, but I don't want to just I don't want to use this when I can make more. So all you have to do is stick that in that slot, and we can pull out 31 of those. Then we can switch everything back to red matter, and to sort of make sure that I don't get rid of the last of anything, I'm just keeping a chest here which has one of each of the sort of difficult to make things that we might want to make out of EMC so far. Eventually this will be a transmutation tablet and this will be a lot easier, but for now this is working fine. So we have some more energy collectors, and I'm going to go ahead and throw these here and here, because those are going to increase the rate at which we're generating passive EMC. And you know, we have the antimatter relay Mark III, so let's go ahead and finish this flower. And we do that. And I only need a couple of these. I grab 5. And the one thing I've noticed is you can't put anything back in that you've made. So this is the stuff I want to keep. So I need my redstone block. And we convert everything back to redstone. Or red matter. So now we can... I think the way this works is we put a relay there, a relay there, a relay there. We build collectors on every relay surface that's exposed. And these aren't super fast. Oh, we can do one more on top. And we can do that and that. And we need to turn off these interfaces because we don't really want items to interact with those. Then we may as well turn that one off too. So now this should be, I don't know if it's visible or not, but it should be collecting more energy. And I want to make sure, yeah, I want to stick that back in there. We have all 3 of our relays, so these we can get rid of, all but one. And let me just make sure I have everything we really need. So we need one of these. We are making the energy condenser Mark II. And for that we need 2 quantum storage units, which we have, 2 energy collectors, which we have, and 3 each of dark and red matter. So we have what we need in here, 3, 3, 1, 1, and 2. We do, so I can melt. Well, that is going to be a little hard to get to. I can melt all those down because we have them in here. And we can always make more. So, our energy condenser, we're going to have to take that because we need to use, the recipe is basically upgrading our existing energy condenser into a new one. How hard was that to make? That was really easy. Let me grab these materials again and make another one of those. I thought I did that actually, didn't I? Did I not make a second energy condenser? I could have sworn I did. I did. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make a couple energy condensers because I want to stick one in our chest of doom. Just in case. I don't think there's... Whoops. No, not the relay. That is a bit of a pain to grab. There we go. I don't need many of these, but I do want to have one in our emergency chest, just in case. Okay. So we put this in here, we put our energy condenser Mark I in here, and we go ahead and dump the rest of those in there. So 2.5 blocks of red matter right now. Go away. Right, so I need to get out the actual ingredients I need for this, which are these. Not sure why those aren't stacking. These. What did I do? I got rid of all the energy condensers. That was smart. One of you goes in here. We can start you, and this will take a minute, but not much longer. And we can throw the rest of these in here. So now we really don't need them. now we have our tier 2 energy condenser, which we can do what we just did. Grab my, what are you, 1.8, and you're, oh, well, we're just going to start making energy condensers because they're 9 times as dense. So let's do this. And, you know, I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take all this stuff out for a moment because what I want to do is replace this energy condenser with a tier 2. And the tier 2 should just be faster. So we put you in here. Oh, and it gives us 2 sides, I see. So, oh yeah, that's a lot faster. We can make some EMC, not a ton, but we have an efficient energy condenser. The last thing to do today is to go back and check on our night slime. I am probably going to add more things in between sessions to the stuff that's being dumped back in our storage area, because I think there's plenty more stuff that we can do. I just need to figure out how to cable all that. It shouldn't be a big deal, but it's going to require a little planning. So I'm not going to bore you with sitting here mumbling about cables when there's other things to do. So there's our molten night slime. We have a bunch. It looks like we ran out of plenty of slime. We need some more iron, and we probably need more seared stone. I'll just stick some stone in there. Let's go ahead and dump out some ingots of night slime. I do have some quest rewards from the draconic evolution stuff I did. I went through and crafted I did our draconic armor. I did do an awakened core because I needed that for the draconic armor. I did do the awakened or the draconic level flux capacitor, which just needed the draconic awakened core. And something else. Oh, I did the draconic energy core, which was also used for the portable battery. So, some quests. Chaotic is here. This I can probably do. I think that's relatively easy to make. The mob spawner, same thing. Chaos Guardian, we're not going to do yet. Chaos Crafting and Chaos Core all need Chaos Guardian parts. Oh, that was the last thing I wanted to show you. The Quantum Singularity. I didn't open any of these loot chests either. I'm kind of being scattered at the moment. So the matter condenser down here, this is an A2 block. That's what creates our singularities that we use to make our quantum bridge. And I had this, this is just hooked up to a vanilla cobblestone generator, which, you know, is just pumping cobblestone in here. Generating singularities, you just pump a bunch of material in here and it turns the material into stored energy, which then gets turned into a singularity. So that's what that was. Setting that up actually really messed things up back here for a while. I added a controller slave here, and I had run some cable around just to pump some excess stuff out of our storage system into this, and somehow I ended up connecting a couple cables here that weren't supposed to be connected, and it got ugly. I'll just leave it at that. So let's go ahead and open our chest as our last bit here and see what terrible rewards we get. Glowstone ingots, storage components, which we don't need anymore, cryo-stabilized flux ducts, lithium dust, and, you know, we're getting our usual selection of wonderful stuff, a growth crystal, and some black lotus. I haven't even used the black lotus we have yet. So our usual array of not so useless rewards, And on that note, I am going to leave you with a general thought on the unfairness of loot chests. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the episode. It probably is going to run a little long. Consider hitting like and subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed what you saw. Hit the notification bell to keep up with new videos as they go out. Leave me a comment if you had any thoughts about the episode. Talk to you next time, and have a great day.